So I invite you to close your eyes. And let's start this class today with singing the Om 3 times. So you may place your right hand onto the heart center to feel the vibration for sound healing. So take a breath in. Om. 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 Now listen to the sounds that are all outside of your practice room. Imagine any additional sounds that could come into the room or could distract your mind. Imagine any additional sounds. Even distraction of smell, food smells, or anything like that. And then bring your awareness to the sounds inside of your room, inside your practice room. And then add any additional distractions that could occur. And then bring your awareness to the sound inside of your heart, or heart area, chest area. And sending love and compassion toward your heart, toward the heart center, gratitude for being and functioning. And perhaps on your hand, if you still have your hand on the heart center, you may feel a slight beating with your hand. And the movement from the chest gently rising and falling of your breath. Sending gratefulness and appreciation toward the heart, toward your lungs as well. And just as the rise and fall, and as the beating of the heart, get a sense or sensing or imagine feeling the blood pulsing into your arms, into your toes, into your fingertips. Feeling that wave of nourishment. And we're taking an extra breath in and out. And then set your intent for this session, anything you like to witness or experience with 1 or 2 words. And then we begin today with balancing and prana, we breathe with breath. So we begin by keeping your eyes closed. Place your right index finger and middle finger onto between your eyebrows. And then we're going to start with breathing and closing off the left nostrils. Breathe in through the right. Breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Breathe out through the right. Non-forcing way, gentle breath. After 10 breaths, we release our hands and we bring your chin down towards your sternum. We'll just breathe in and out. Then we raise our head up again toward the center. And again, we start breathing in and out in through the left side, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left. A total of 10 breaths. And then again, we bring our chin down toward your sternum and just take a couple of breaths in and out. Now we begin to go into physical movement. And so we are stretching our fingers widespread. We curl ourselves a little bit forward. Allow the shoulders to come forward. And then slowly stretching your spine, bringing your shoulder blades together, open the heart and allow the elbows to move to the back for a deeper heart opening. And then as we exhale, we allow those shoulders to round forward. Straighten your fingers, head come down towards your sternum, curling forward. Inhaling, slowly coming up again. Shoulders come into neutral position, past it. Shoulder blades come together, elbows come to the back. And continue with the movement. Forward. And then we come into a neutral position. Now let's change the positioning of your feet. If you are in on a blanket, I invite you to move that blanket out to the side. And now we're going to go into a counterclockwise rotation with our torso. So bringing in movement and releasing anything we want to release, need to release, have the body desire, emotional release as well. Anything you just want to let it go. Our torso turns to the left. You may synchronize the breath, exhaling forward, inhaling coming to the back. Or you may just turn your torso without synchronizing and just either turn faster or slower, following your inner teaching, your inner wisdom. Then we come to a smaller circle and smaller circle. Until our torso comes to a still point. Allow the shoulder to soften, elbows soften, fingers and wrists are all softened in your toes. And the only part that is really lengthening is from your tailbone going upward. Now we change the positioning of your feet. And now we turn your torso to the right side. Turning to the right is building or planting a seed for something new, or deepening the belief, deepening growth. So turning to the right is building. Anything you want to deepen and nourish. So as you practice asana today, yoga posture today, allow yourself to be open-minded toward your body for new experience or witnessing how the body feels toward a movement. Rather than memory, there are different perceptions, and we can choose to go into the perception of past memory, or we can create new perceptions or different perceptions, and without past memory, like witnessing each yoga movement like it is the first time you practiced yoga, with awe and amazement that your body is moving and breathing. Regardless of where you feel a discomfort here or there, just stay within that comfort zone, practicing within that area. So let's make a smaller circle and smaller circle. Maybe today, as you practice, focus strictly on your breathing. Trying to just bring in the breath with each movement and allow each movement and witness to be a soft, gentle movement versus less, meaning more, than stronger and harder, making the movement less and pliable. So let's begin by coming onto all fours. And we start by just moving our body and witnessing the body responding to it, like our nervous system, meaning like each muscle fiber has its own little receptors. And so we're just moving our body back and forth. Even if you go into child's pose and you tuck your lower back around it, or tilt your pelvis posterior tilt and lengthen it again. Just bringing in movement into your spine a little bit. Coming onto all fours, maybe rounding your spine, arching your spine. And explore moving it in the synchronicity with your breath. And in your mind's eye, as you practice, visualize that you're bringing in oxygen into your tissue. And while you're bowing and arching, you can focus first on your neck, on the cervical. Just kind of get a sense of the movement, witnessing more or less the witness part of it. And after several breaths, feeling your neck and your upper shoulders, noticing the shoulder blades coming together and moving apart as you make the movement. Then witnessing your mid-back, your lower back, and then even moving your hip area, noticing the movement. The left sacroiliac area. And even witnessing the tailbone. Hip area outside of your hip. Abdominals. Even noticing as you slightly raise your head up toward the sky, how your pectoralis muscles are changing. Then we come back to the center. Bring your toes under and then lift yourself into downward dog. And you can move your heels just so slightly up and down. Then bending your knees and then straighten your knees. And then bending your knees. So we're just really bringing in movement into your quads and hamstring by bending your knee and then straightening your knee. Now let's keep your knees straight as good as you can. Head comes toward your feet.
heels are slowly coming down toward the floor. And you can do adjustment with your feet, moving your feet a little bit further back. And now let's bend your knee and hover with your knee over the mat. So we are shifting the body. So we're almost on all fours, but hovering with our knees over the mat. So we're really using a lot of core muscle in our body. Pelvis floor as well, quads. Let's come down onto your knee, flatten your feet. Turn your elbow forward and go into chaturanga, keeping the elbow really close to your body and going into chaturanga. Adjusting your knees a little bit. Hands are next to your chest. Let's straighten your knee and go into cobra. So raising the heart up. So it's not as much the neck that moves upward. That's the heart center. You can bring your elbow toward your midline. Now push yourself into upward dog. Move your pubic bones off the mat. Buttock muscles are relaxed. Chin is a little bit tucked in. There you go. Then look a little bit to the right side. Come back to the center and look to the left side. Come back to the center. Bend your right knee. Kind of move a little bit your knee from side to side, or your foot from side to side. There you go. Extend your leg. You're now left knee bent. Hold it there for a moment. And then move it a little bit from side to side. And we're going to come down onto the floor, resting and extending your arms forward. Now let's bend your right knee. And we're going to explore a little bit of flexion and rotation within the abdominal area, within our midline. So first, we're going to start by bringing our foot toward the sky. So raising that up. So you're lifting your quads off the floor. And then we're going to bring it back down. Once you reach the floor, relax your arms, relax your body. Noticing your chest area as well. Now let's bend your right knee again. And let's go into slow motion. Just noticing how each body and how each body part is slowly. So lift your thigh off the floor. Witnessing your chest. And then if you notice that your foot is in an ankle, try to bring it so your foot is in line with your knee and your hip. And now let's bring your leg back down onto the floor and straighten. Relax your lower back. Now let's do this on the left side. So we'll bend your left knee. And you slowly lift your thigh off the floor. Try to keep your ankle in line with your knee. Knee is in line with your hip. There's some very deep muscles that are stretched. The psoas muscles, a lot of them are actually the quadriceps, which are stretched. And slowly bring your leg back down onto the floor, extending your leg. Soften your lower back, mid back, upper back.
So now as you inhale and lift now the third time, isolate the upper body. Try to relax them as much as you can. And just use your thigh muscle and your hip flexor to extend that hip or the leg toward the sky. So let's bend your left knee again. Raise your right leg over from the floor. So this exercise or this yoga move is very strong for stretching the quad, the psoas muscle, keeping the hip area, hamstring is soft and relaxed, and slowly coming back down again. Breathing in and out. Now we're gonna go start again on the right side. This time we'll bend your knee again on the right side. We lift your right knee off the floor, and this time we are turning our foot to the back. So we're lifting the whole right hip off the floor. So we're lifting it to the side. There you go. That's okay. Breathing in and out. And even if you keep your upper body on the floor and you just lift that hip up to the side. Let's bring your thigh back down onto the floor and extend your leg. Take a breath in and out. Now let's practice this on the opposite side. So we're bending the left knee. Lift your left thigh off the floor. And now move your hip away from the floor. We're trying to keep the upper body on the floor, that's okay. And just moving from your obliques and move your hip over. Breathing in and out. You feel like an unevenness breath or a little bit shaking. This is your myofascial system, the front line of your body. That's okay, as long as you feel comfortable with it and you don't have any discomfort. So slowly come back again with your thigh, resting it on the floor and extending your leg. Now we're going to bring your arms to the back. And so the theme today is working actually with your back muscles, strengthen them. So we're going to have your arms next to your body. As we slowly inhale, we are bringing your arms to the back. And we raise your chest up. And then as we exhale, slowly come down, soften your body. For inhaling, lifting the heart. Arms move toward your fingers, hands move toward your feet. Exhaling, coming back down. So follow your own rhythm. Even if you just lift a little bit the heart center, a little bit your head, micro movement, and coming back down. Slowly building the muscles, strengthening. Now, if you notice most of the time that you notice that you have a little discomfort in the lower back as you raise your chest, explore tucking your tailbone in or moving your pelvis in a different direction. It means like if you have an overarch, just try to flatten your back a little bit, raise your chest up, and notice that that is a better feeling for your back. Exhaling, soften. So if the abdominals are too weak, a lot of times it moves on the pelvis, it tilts it forward or backward, allowing the back muscles to overarch your back.
And so by exploring flattening your back as you extend your chest up, you're kind of balancing out the abdominal muscles with your back muscle, the transverse spinalis muscle. And then relax your body, releasing, letting go. Now I want you to bring your arms out to the sides. Bend your right knee. And explore now with your right knee to lift your right. You can use your hands a little bit, but we want to lift the right knee up toward the sky. Maybe you have to bring your hands a little bit closer. Starting out just lifting, even if you cannot lift the thigh, just pretend like you're engaging the muscle and lifting it. You can feel your whole abdominal, your whole upper body trying to lift the leg. It's okay. Just go slow. You just engage the muscle, even though you don't lift it. And then relax. Straighten your right leg. Take a breath in and out so your muscles can let go and release. And again, you're practicing, not overdoing it, just engaging the muscle, just exploring. Let's do this on the left side. Bend your left knee. Allow the knee in line with your ankle. You have your arms either out to the side or next to your body, depending on how your body, how your movement is, or your body, how you feel. Now we're gonna lift the left knee up toward the sky and then bringing it back down. You can explore having your hands next to your body. But as you try to lift your knee, exploring bringing your arms even out to the side and not using your abdomen or your upper body strength. Just trying to use your lower body strength. Just even if you imagine it, lifting it. There are 6 rotators and muscles within the gluteus, below the gluteus maximus, and the psoas muscle. So maybe you can just isolate that a little bit. And then bring your knee back to the center. And now bend your knee and go a little bit from side to side, just relaxing the low back. Straighten your knee, and let's do this again on the right side. So right knee is out to the side. And now not using your upper body, just use your lower body and try to raise your knee off the ground. Even if it's just imaginative, try to engage the muscle and just raise it up a little bit. Beautiful. That's it. And relax. And then straighten your knee out. And then you can move your knees from side to side. Again, these movements are gentle movements. Maybe you can't see them, but you just engage the muscle mentally. And then you straighten your legs. Bring your arms next to your body. Palms facing the midline. Raising your chest up again, reaching with your arms down toward your feet. Then we relax. And then we slowly move your hands towards your chest. Place your hands next to your chest. Elbows are towards your midline. And now use your muscles again, come up and push yourself slowly into upward dog. Relaxing the abdominals, the buttock muscles, chin, head. You can move your head from side to side, ear to the shoulder, and then rotate. Chin towards the shoulder, back and forth. Coming back to the center, and now turn here or come onto all fours. From all fours, slowly bring your buttock down towards your heel. And you can open your knees and allow yourself to just really go into a deep stretch. Then even moving a little bit from side to side, just so gentle. And then rest with your forehead against the floor. And then take your arms and again, bring them behind your back. And try to keep your arms straight, like you could move your arms up towards your head. Shoulder blades come together. And then relax your arms. And bring your arms toward your heels. So you are more resting now on top of the head versus the forehead. And your spine is a little bit rounded. And now from here, engage your core muscle and raise your torso up. So slowly. So you're coming now into a kneeling position. And open the heart, bring the arms out to the side, fingers, palms facing forward. Not gonna come a bit of a word. Now, in this position here, we're gonna bend your elbow and bring your elbow towards your midline. And then open it back up. So you're really working the rhomboids, you're working the upper chest area. So exhaling, pressing the shoulder blades together, inhaling, extending, exhaling again, and inhaling. Now, keep your fingers together, thumb is up, and now we're gonna bend your fingers, thumb is still pointing upward. And now we're going to rotation with the shoulder. Thumbs are coming down. Inhaling, rotating the thumbs up. Exhaling. Inhaling. So these muscles are really worked on top of the shoulder, shoulder blade, infraspinatus, supraspinatus, and it works with the rotary cuff as well. Exhaling. Thumb down, inhaling, thumbs up. Next time when we keep your thumb up, extend your fingers out. And now we're gonna come from your knees and we're gonna bring it up, out, overhead. So from your knees down, touching them, over, up. And back down. So you're really extending it in a big V, reaching upward and exhaling down. So again, these are the muscles strengthening between your shoulder blade. Biceps are stretching and contracting. But next time, keep your hands onto your knees and roll your shoulder forward and to the back. So the shoulders come forward and then open the heart center again. Right, and then relax. And now let's come onto the in a seated position all the way. And we shake out our legs. We open into a V and we get into a movement, right side, left side. So we're bringing in movement with the fluidity. We'll come back to the center. Now we turn your torso towards your right leg. We'll bring your arms up overhead. And now we hinge from your hip toward your right leg, however you are comfortable with. Not that you get a cramp in your hamstrings, so just back off so you can hold it with a slight sensation. Again, our theme today is less means more. And exploring the body in different ways. So if you look at your foot and you can see it inverting, so bring your foot out so it's in line with your leg. And even explore if you would invert it, how that affects your calf, how does it affect your leg. And I come to a neutral position. Again, this is about sensing and connecting with your physical body and the breath. And allow the mind to witness movement with awe and amazement. Now let's turn your torso a little bit more to the right side. As you can use your hand, even rest on your right arm, turn a little bit and extend your left arm. So you're really using the myofascial system and moving the body, even bringing your arm down onto the floor, left arm down and raising it up. Just do your own kind of explorative movement, gentle. That's it. And slowly raise your torso up, arm extended. Release your right arm, bring your right arm to the left. Then turn your torso toward the center. And now we'll come forward. Wherever that is for you, place your hand onto the floor. Soften the thighs, soften your leg. So you may have to back up a little bit. Move a little bit your feet or your ankle or your leg around so the tension is just barely existing. Now we raise your torso all the way. We're going to bring your arm up overhead. And now we're turning our torso toward the left side. And we come down toward the left leg. Again, stay in that sensation. You barely feel the hamstring stretch. So raise your torso accordingly, either down or up. Take a moment and just allow your sensory to perceive all the sensation, even on the right side. And then soften the right hip. Allow actually both buttocks to be evenly on the floor. So adjust your torso. Again, less means more. And then go into eversion with your foot. And then inversion. Just explore that a little bit. Eversion, inversion. Why? Because these muscles attach going all the way up almost towards your knee. Just bringing in a little bit of movement. We're coming into the winter season. That means if the more flexibility we can get in our ankle, in movement, more fluid we bring in. And even moving your toe. Now we relax our foot, bring it in a neutral position in line with your ankle, knee, and hip. Now we're going to move your left hand over to the left side, and we are turning the torso as much to the left as we can. You're going to take your right arm up overhead, explore stretching it and bringing your arm even down the right one, and then or up. So explore the body, following your inner body or how far you want to stretch. Stretching some deep back muscles, internally hip flexors. We did a lot of strengthening of the used muscle that we haven't used much. And even noticing as you try to bring your arm down, the right arm toward the left, on how the body responds by stretching the back muscles and contracting the abdominals and obliques. Just noticing if you move, try to move your hip on the right side, just be being aware. Just going slow movement, with full body awareness. Let's keep your right arm up overhead and add your left arm toward the right. And now turn your torso to the center. And now bring your torso down again, or hands down toward the center of the body. In a position where you can hold it with ease and comfort. Focusing your attention to your breath. Maybe perhaps lengthening your spine. And as you lengthen your spine, perhaps you notice how your pelvis is going more into a tilt. So you feel it a little bit more onto your hamstring. So relax your pelvis, relax your lower back, and try just to straighten the upper thoracic area. And then soften the upper thoracic area, surrounding the upper part of it. So from the brow line to the shoulder, and then straighten it again. So the brow line would be right underneath the scapula to the top of the shoulder. So just trying to bring in a little bit of movement. Even closing your eyes. Your eyes are a big sensory organ. That means if you have your eyes open, we are usually taking an input for every what we see. If you allow your eyes to close as you practice any asana poses or any yoga, it allows yourself to go back into connecting with yourself. And we are so distracted during the day about all those external sensories that our brain receives. So you kind of connecting with movements and feeling and sensation within the body is connecting and revitalizing actually the nervous system. So come back into a neutral position, and we slowly walk with your hand towards your midline. Let's bring your legs together. Let's bring your right knee over the left, and let's go into a spinal twist to the right side. Breathing in and out. Then we release. Come forward. We bend down your left knee over the right, and we're gonna go into spinal twist to the left side. Take in several breaths in and out. We'll release our left arm and we come forward. And then we're gonna come all the way down onto the floor. And we can come down one vertebrae at a time. So just slowly going down onto the floor. Once we reach the floor, we can bring your arms next to your body. You can stretch your body. You can release, get comfortable, situate your body so you can rest. The heels go to the outer edge of the mat. Arms are next to your body. And focus your attention to your breath. We are going to practice the silent meditation, focusing on your own breath.
Inhaling, sensing, exhaling, releasing, and letting go. And we come back into the moment and we move the fingers and the toes. And then stretch your body. Waking up yourself. And bend your knee and we roll over to the right side. And then we push ourselves into a seated position. Keep your eyes closed. So we're gonna end the session with singing the Om 3 times. Before we do so, let's remember your Sankalpa or statement of intent first. And then I invite you to contemplate during the day about your experience and witness. And now, before we chant or sing the Om 3 times, let's honor our inner being. And so you may repeat with me aloud and quietly. And once again, with great respect and love, I honor my heart, my inner teacher. Now take a deep breath in and out. Satkarana Maha teacher, victory to a true self, Jadagami Maha teacher. Salutation to you when I never earth. Now you may place your palms together in front of the heart center or place your hand on the heart center for vibration and feeling. Let's take a deep breath in. Oh. 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 Bow your head down toward your sternum. And then stretch.
Namaste.